Hey there, everybody. Everybody in Crate Insider land. Of course, it's Friday night. Many of us in the South would be racing, except we're not. And instead, I'm sitting here with Steve Hendren. In case anybody, this is a big surprise. We've been dating for almost 7 years.
I don't know. It's been like forever. We haven't killed each other yet, so that's good.
That's a good thing. That's a good thing. So we're sitting here having you're having a beer. I'm having a pina colada.
Cheers.
Cheers to everybody on a Friday night. And we're sitting here talking about politics and coronavirus and racing. And in fact, we're here to answer any of your questions. We have very, very different opinions on this. They just issued, in our community, a
stay-at-home order.
Stay-at-home order. So basically, everybody, the only place to be safe right now is to be at home because everybody's at the grocery store right now.
Yeah, and the whole stay-at-home order is like completely unconstitutional, so...
Yeah.
That's where we disagree.
We disagree. I mean, it's like I think you're right.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to stand on
your
principles.
I know I'm right.
You're standing on your principles, but at the same time, we have to do this because people just won't freaking listen.
Well, no, we got like a bunch of idiots in the community right now, like around here. I drove down here tonight, and everybody and their brother's out on the road, like driving around, freaking out, buying toilet paper.
Yeah, see, I am not freaked out. I always have some little bit of, I'm always a little bit prepared for the zombie apocalypse, as ridiculous that is. But how is this not a zombie apocalypse?
Yeah, exactly.
It really is.
It's kind of a, I don't know, kind of a, what do you call it, a...
pandemic.
Well, no, not the pandemic. It's kind of a preview of what the zombie apocalypse would look like, other than people aren't running around biting each other.
Yeah, they're not biting each other. It's just like if they touch you, like I just gave you coronavirus,
yeah,
potentially. Yeah, because I touched your face. But jump in and feel free to ask us any questions. We've been both fielding some interesting questions this week from our customers. In fact, I think we're going to make some videos this week talking about a couple things.
Yeah, we've run into like a lot of things here lately where like people are trying to run bronze distributor gears on 602s.
Yeah.
And so we need to solve that problem because that doesn't work.
Well, and tell me a little bit about why it doesn't work to run a bronze distributor gear, or conversely, you and I were talking right before this video about running a bronze tipped fuel pump rod, which we do run in a 604, but why do we not run that on a 602?
Because bronze and cast iron do not get along.
Good to know.
So essentially you're going to wear out the cam and you're going to wear out the bronze. So, and what happens in the process is all that shit goes through your entire engine.
So I take it that's not good?
No, that's not good.
Not good at all. We're not getting any questions yet, so...
Well, that's all right.
Yeah, we're just kind of chit-chatting. We are. So let us know, too, wherever you are. Are you dealing with stay-at-home orders or shelter-in-place type of orders? That's new for us. I mean, we're in a really small town in a county from outside of we're about an hour from Charlotte.
Yeah, about an hour. Yeah, hour from Charlotte.
And currently we have 0 cases of coronavirus here in our community.
Correct.
So far, but I mean, hopefully we can keep it that way.
Oh yeah, I mean, if all the Yankees stay up north, we'll be all right.
That's true. we're not letting any New Yorkers. We don't have
right.
We don't have a wall or a, I don't know, blockade.
Maybe we need to build a wall.
We need to build a blockade. We got a lot of ways to get into this town.
Well, Virginia's kind of the blockade, maybe.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. They're the front line.
Exactly.
or what was it in South Park? Or the people that were on the front line? What were they called? I can't remember.
I don't even remember.
We're obviously both South Park fans, and if you remember what that...
When the Canadians invaded?
Yeah. Yes, and then you had Chef and all of the...
Cannon fodder?
Yeah, maybe. So there's that. Yeah, what do you think about this new $2 trillion bill that passed?
I think a lot of small businesses are going to take advantage of that.
I would agree.
And I think it's all a big... while there's some people that are going to need it, I think it's going to end up being like I don't know. Technically, I can lay myself off and make $600 a week.
It's kind of what I'm thinking too.
So, I think it's kind of a shit show, but is it needed? Part of it, yeah. I mean, my $1,200 I'm going to get, I'm going to buy a gun. So.
Oh, well, and tell us a little bit more about that, because you were telling me about the exact gun that you plan on buying with your $1,200.
Yeah, I was looking at this Kimber, it's pretty badass. It's a 45 Kimber, obviously, 1911, and it's got like Trump 2020 on it with the presidential seal and Keep America Great Again. So it's a bit of a collector's item. So I was thinking about buying that it's $12.99. So I got to like throw in $99.
Well, you'll get at least 90. You'll get 100 of that from your $600 a week.
Well, that's true. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, and still put $500 in your pocket for ammo.
Absolutely.
Can you buy ammo?
I've got plenty of ammo.
You
Trust
do?
me.
Okay. Yeah, I don't have 45 caliber ammo. I only have 9mm ammo. That would be my Glock 43. I'm all about my Glock 43.
Oh yeah, you were a G43 one.
Yes.
100%.
Yes, I am. I don't even want to shoot any other guns. Like once you found the right one, you're done. I mean, you don't. Once you find your keys, you don't need to keep looking anymore, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So that's how I feel about that.
We get you a SIG 365.
No,
and then you'll probably be all right.
No. I'm a Glock girl. I mean, it's actually interesting that I'm not wearing one of my Glock tank tops.
That is.
I even wear my apparel.
That is bizarre. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So things have slowed down for all of us, I believe, in the racing world.
Yeah, I mean, last Tuesday, when like the shit really hit pretty big. I mean, my phone stopped ringing.
Yeah.
I mean, it didn't stop, but I mean, we average probably about, I don't know, 50 to 60 to 70, somewhere in that range calls a day. And we went from that to about 3 or 4.
Yeah, that's where I'm at.
So that being said, we're still about a month and a half behind on engines. So we're good for a month and a half. After that, I don't know what the hell's going to happen.
Well, I mean, I think with that, let's talk about the opportunities that this really opens up. Because, normally this is scramble season. This is back order season, like I like to call it, between January and March, where at some point we just can't get stuff. I mean, there's no way for our manufacturers to warehouse as much stuff as we generally sell this time of year.
Right.
And so if you've had some things on order, headers comes to mind because that's been one of those things.
Well, yeah, I mean, we
good chance to catch up.
We saw a lot of profab headers. You do too, and they had to shut down this week.
Yeah,
due to their
and
order.
And actually, I normally don't call out lurkers, but I saw Andy's on the call with us. So
Andy, yeah.
Andy, if you want to jump in and say hi, if anybody wants to say hi, I mean, feel free to drop in any comments or questions that you guys have. We will definitely get to them. And I know that was sad.
No, it's affecting a lot of businesses. We've got a problem right now where, like I said, we're already a month and a half behind on like getting engines out, but we're also like way behind on suppliers because a lot of our suppliers are shutting down.
Well, yeah,
and it's kind of put us in the weeds because we got several $1,000s worth of stuff sitting there and no way to get it out the door.
Well, and I certainly am finding. Last week I had a sign or a little banner on the website on Crate Insider that said, "Hey, we are open and we are still shipping." But I've had to take that banner down because there are some of the manufacturers. We don't stock absolutely everything we sell, so some of the manufacturers have had mandatory shutdown orders.
Absolutely. Yeah. FK comes to mind.
That's the first one that came to mind for me as well. And then now, of course, Profab headers as well, that they're down because they already had a stay-at-home order earlier this week in the Charlotte Concord area. And so it means that, we're happy to ship if we've got it, and we're happy to get that out the door. But there's our other suppliers may have some issues getting.
I mean, I'm still taking engines in.
Yeah.
So I mean, I've got 2 that we got in this week. I've talked to 2 people today that they're sending engines in because now all of a sudden they're staying at home. They're like, well, maybe now's a good time to freshen my engine up. So.
Well, it is, and it's a really good time, really, to try to check through your whole system and see where you're at with stuff. To see, what are your dates on your seatbelts? What are your dates on any of your safety equipment at all?
Yeah, I'm sure Hooker Harness is looking for some business right now.
Well, and Hooker, I saw Neil may have been joining us, but
start making masks.
But they're making masks.
Yeah. Yep.
They also do some cargo holds with the same seatbelt material. Yep. I'm going to be talking about. In fact, Neil and Scott just sent me some shirts, some Hooker shirts. We'll be giving away on Top 5 Tuesday next week. So that's exciting. And
so did Kaiser wheels.
Yes, I've got some great hats from Kaiser. Because we just got a whole wheel shipment in. So if you've been eyeing those wheels, oh my God, those are just so sweet with those black insides.
They're pretty badass.
They are. They're just beautiful.
My son went and tested last night, and he had those wheels on. We got some good pictures of them.
Oh, good.
It turned out pretty cool.
Yeah, they're just absolutely beautiful. I fell in love with them when I saw them at PRI, and I don't normally stock wheels, but I'm stocking wheels now because
Kaiser's like the best in the business, so.
Well, and they're so lightweight, and now that they've got the black powder coated interiors,
They look badass on the black car last night, I'm just saying.
They do. They look badass, but then on top of it, they're so much easier to clean.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, and we all liked the lightness of aluminum. We like the shininess, but then if we're going to cover it up...
Well, if you're racing in the South, your nice-looking, badass aluminum turns into red shit before long, so...
True.
That's what it looks
well,
like.
and folks, go ahead and ask us some questions, too. You know, because, you know, we are on the patio. We're just on the patio.
Just like chilling out, drinking a beer, well, she's drinking a...
I don't know. I decided on pina coladas
Pina
tonight.
colada, yeah.
I don't know. At least we're not Biden in his basement.
Yeah, Joe Biden's like hiding out in his basement, like putting out horrible freaking, I don't know, Alzheimer press releases and videos and all sorts of crazy shit. So, you know, vote Trump. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, it may as well already be done. I don't know. Although, I mean, I don't think we have a big liberal contingent in our audience here at
Well,
CrateInsider.
no, well, here's the thing I have a problem with.
Tell me.
There's a liberal. Technically, I'm a liberal.
You are not a liberal at all.
No, technically I am.
You are not.
No, I am.
Okay.
How am I not a fucking liberal?
Oh my God,
I mean,
you are so not a liberal.
Technically, I believe in gay marriage. I believe in a woman's right to choose, all that crap. And I also believe in, like, I'm a fiscal conservative. So how am I not, like, at least, like, a middle-of-the-road liberal? I mean, your climate change shit's bullshit. But other than that, I mean, I'm pretty much kind of I'm from California.
Okay, your leading principle is 2A.
Well, yeah, but
you are a Second Amendment guy.
But you can be
hardcore.
You can be gay. You can be a woman who's going to have an abortion and be 2A. So we're all on the same page.
I mean, I don't know. Do I need to explain how some things work?
No, maybe.
Oh, okay.
You always do, so we'll go from there.
Well, I'm struggling with the gay woman having an abortion thing, but
well, no, I mean you could be a gay dude who likes 2A, who's a Second Amendment advocate. You could be a woman who's like got knocked up by some random boyfriend and be a 2A advocate.
Well, I'm going to agree with you there.
So
yeah. We normally agree and we disagree on we normally disagree on a lot.
A lot of times we agree to disagree, but
we do a lot of that.
Yeah.
For sure. Well, do you have any questions for me as the Crate Insider person?
Yeah. What are you doing next week?
Next week I'm doing Top 5 Tuesday. I don't know what's gonna be on. You know what? I'm gonna have to do some more giveaways. Did I even tell you about what I did on Top 5 Tuesday this week?
No.
Well, because I kind of felt like an ass.
And I didn't watch it.
Well, no part of that surprises me. But, you know, I didn't want to be tone deaf, realizing the struggles that we were having in our country.
Right.
And I felt like if I came out with like, oh, and look at my new shiny, you know, nobody can race right now. I felt like an ass if I was going to come out and talk about products. So instead, here's what I did.
You know what you should do?
No, well, you can tell me in a moment, but I got to tell you what I already did.
Go ahead. Yeah.
So I talked about the 5 things I was grateful for.
Mm-hmm.
And I also did 5 giveaways, and I talked about the 5 different companies of the products that we were giving away.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah, so something a little bit different.
But you know what you should do?
You should tell me what I should do.
Sponsor an iRacer.
You know, I've had a few iRacers tell me that I should sponsor them.
I mean, it may be a thing. I mean, you know, I know Trent Ivy iRaces and Jacob Brown and Dillon Brown, and there's like a lot of those guys out there iRacing. So, you know, maybe...
Here's a question though.
Maybe give them a Crate Insider hat so they can wear it while they're iRacing.
Well, here would be a question. Are there any and anybody who can answer, go ahead and answer, but are there any iRaces where the people are running a crate engine?
There is, actually.
Is there?
Yeah.
I mean, and we have a special guest here. Oh my gosh, Boo Boo's back. We have Boo Boo. Boo Boo is I have 2 black cats. So this is Boo Boo. Boo Boo's a little camera shot.
Not
right
because
now.
you're a witch.
No, they found me. They liked me. They adopted me. So I feed them.
There you go.
I feed them.
But anyways, iRacing sponsorship. I mean, you can send them a hat. They can wear the shit and stream it live.
Yeah, well, I mean, as long as they've got a nice, strong call to action to tell people to buy their real parts at CrateInsider.com.
Yeah, there you go. And they do have crate racing and air racing.
Well, I'm getting some proposals. I've gotten proposals for a long time from iRacers. Normally it's the standard, and I can get you exposure for your company. Well,
that's bullshit.
I know. Well, I know.
Yeah.
Because anybody who is watching and isn't aware of it, I also run winningmotorsportsmarketing.com. And I have my own website, CrateDillon.com, but I teach racers about marketing and sponsorship. And next week, I'm doing a Facebook challenge where I'm teaching racers. I'm actually providing some caption examples they can use. And a person can sign up at CrateDillon.com/challenge.
Oh, yeah. Totally not a plug there.
I will plug everything. Well, what is Crate Insider? I'm an advertising company for all the cool stuff that... There's just so many cool products that we sell, though.
Well, there is. Like, let's talk about Profab since Andy's on here.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do we think of Profab?
We like them.
Why?
Because they work, and they're shiny, and they're pretty, and they're beautiful, and they work really well.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's the main deal. And they make my muffler, which me and my brother developed, which there's like a lot of famous people running those right now. Even engine builders who I compete against in their own house cars run these mufflers, which is pretty badass.
Yeah, I feel like that was a little...
Now, they might have scratched my name out, but every muffler's got my name laser etched on them, so, if you see like a scratch mark, that's my muffler.
Good to know.
Yeah.
Well, and why...
You know why?
Why? Tell me.
The shit works.
Well, why does your muffler work so well?
Because of my dad, primarily. Because it's something he came up with years ago based off the theory of a guy named Jim Fueling who owned fueling industries in California.
Well, but tell us how it works. I have my version of telling people how it works.
I can't tell you how it works. I mean, if I'm trying to tell you how it works, this is going to go into lot of...
Do you want me to give you my girl version
bullshit.
of how it works?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so my girl version of how it works is that as your exhaust is coming out to the end of the headers, that it can't expel all of it. It's like when you exhale, that there's still like air in your mouth, right?
Well, essentially the piston goes up and down in the engine. So
we're going way too far back.
Yeah, the piston goes... Yeah, let's go back to the engine.
I mean, I understand you were born a poor black child, but let me give you the girl version. Let me finish my girl version.
You do the girl version.
Okay, so anyway, there's some of this exhaust gas that's hanging out at the end of the muffler, and the next time that the engine opens up for its next pulse, what can happen in a regular end of the header situation is that dead exhaust gas can get sucked back into the engine.
Correct.
But instead...
contaminating the next charge.
Correct. So in your situation with the anti-reversion mufflers, there's this pocket in there. And what happens is when that engine opens up to take in that next charge, that pocket sucks in those dead exhaust gases, and that way you're able to get all clean, fresh air back into the engine to have a clean charge in order to get the best amount of compression.
Yeah, correct. And I mean, to a point.
I know that's totally dumbed down.
Yeah, no, to a point, because the idea of the anti-reversion is to not have anything go back up the tube into the combustion chamber.
Right, because it got sucked into the little pocket.
Correct. So once it's out, it's out.
Right.
So you have nothing coming back up the pipe or up the header to contaminate the next charge. And this is proven time and time and time again to make a lot of torque.
Well, and why it creates torque is because you've got clean air, right?
Overall horsepower with the muffler, you're probably not going to see much of a gain, but it's the torque that we're looking for.
Well, yeah. I mean, getting off the corner is...
I've had guys like Willie's Carburetor and Dyno Shop. He's dynoed engines before with our mufflers on there and gained 100 foot-pounds of torque. I mean, call Willie, he'll tell you the same thing.
Yeah. Well,
and
I got to tell you, I called Willie one time.
Now these are open engines. I'm not talking 604s. I mean, 604s will generally... everything has to do with the cam overlap, which I know you have no clue what the fuck I'm talking about. So it's like... I'm just going to sip on my lot over here. So it has to do with the overlap in the camshaft. But at any rate, the bigger the cam, the bigger the engine, the more effect it has. So like on a standard 604, you're looking probably 25 foot-pounds between a torque gain between about 2,000 and 4,500 RPM.
Okay. Well, I'll give you my version of when I talked to Willie.
Okay, go ahead.
So, somebody called me one day and asked me if the anti-reversion mufflers would work with whatever their particular application was. I knew I couldn't call you because, well, it wasn't anything that you dealt with.
Right.
So I called Willie, and Willie said, Kate, you put these on a rental car, and you'll get more torque.
Right.
That was my version of that.
Well, I mean, several years ago when we had our first variation of them, they were on World Outlaw sprint cars, disguised as their shitty fucking muffler that they got to run on World Outlaw sprint cars. So,
yeah.
they work.
Oh, they do work. They do work, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, and we've seen it time and time again. We've got lots of engine builders using them, a lot of chassis manufacturers specifying them.
Correct. Yeah.
And now, does it make a big difference whether they're stainless or they're mild steel? Because we do sell both versions.
No, I mean, power-wise, no, it doesn't. I mean, obviously, stainless steel is going to last a hell of a lot longer than mild steel.
Yeah.
Because you're going to have a rough situation, scaling, stuff like that. So over a period of time, I mean, if you're comparing brand new to brand new, no, there's no difference. But if you're comparing a 3-year-old muffler, stainless steel muffler and stainless steel header to a 3-year-old mild steel setup, big difference.
Now, tell me about the difference in, you've got 3 different versions of this, because you've got a 3 in, 3 out, 3 in, 3.5 out,
Correct.
and a 3.5, 3.5.
Right.
So talking about the inlet versus the outlet. So tell me about those and why you would use them for different applications.
Well, I mean, most crate engines or lower horsepower applications are going to run a 3 in, 3 out.
Because we've got 3-inch headers most
Correct.
of the time.
Yes. Now, with the design, if you look at like the Profab stainless headers, we had the best results with 3 in, 3.5 out, due to the design of their headers.
Right.
And I mean, it's phenomenal. But if you go to like an open engine,
Oh, you need to do like a Trump impression right there.
What do you mean?
Instead of saying it's phenomenal, you need to Trumpify your response right
It's
there.
the bestest.
I don't know. What's a Trump response right there? Like the oh, it's good. It's great. It's great.
We're making exhaust great again. We'll put it that way. So, but anyways, when you get to a 3.5 in, 3.5 out, you're looking more so towards like anywhere from a 525 on up to like a super late model or a sprint car.
Well, that gives a good. You just gave me a good little segue there. Tell me about what you're doing with the 525s these days.
We're pissing everybody the fuck off is what we're doing.
Well, okay. Well, I didn't ask how you woke up this morning. I asked. But tell us a little bit about that, because the changes were made with the 525s and what you're allowed to do.
Well,
now,
I mean,
are you an approved engine builder now with? I don't actually know the answer.
Yeah, we're approved engine builder with the Fuel Series.
Okay, with this Fuel Series,
which
okay.
Pretty much most tracks around Tennessee, North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, some down into Florida, recognize that fuel seal as being a legitimate seal.
Okay, good.
And so what we're doing is, per the Fuel Series, we're able to change the rods, the pistons, and the oil pump.
Well, and
Everything
watching,
else has to remain GM legal.
Well, and anybody who's watching, it's a video. I've done a couple of these videos. I've talked with Bill Martins from GM Performance or Chevrolet Performance. I've also talked with Don Blackshear, and we've talked about the 525s as well, because they did have some piston issues.
Well, no, I mean, what ended up happening was GM had a serious problem with their cast piston in the 525. So they were failing at just a ridiculous rate, which essentially killed 525 racing for the most part.
Yeah.
But
now they fixed it.
They
fixed it back in GM.
The Fuel Series recognized this was going on, so they allowed us to use a Molle aftermarket piston, 2 of them, 2 different ones, and an aftermarket connecting rod, and an aftermarket oil pump, which is the 3 main areas where these engines were failing.
Now the changes that those mandated, or the ones that are allowed, I should say, those allowed variations, is this creating like an unbelievable amount of power compared to a 525 out of the box?
No, it's the exact same power.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
how this was designed.
Yeah.
Was the exact same power level. We weren't trying to make more power. We weren't trying to give one engine an advantage over the other. Quite the opposite.
But
We
then
were trying
why
to,
is
make
Kenny
them all equal.
Collins winning all those? Why did he win all those races?
Probably because he's a fucking badass. I have no idea. I mean,
I don't think Kenny's on with us. But
I mean, probably not.
Might have to
he
take
he
some
might be.
Kenny Collins.
He's probably wrapping race cars right now. No,
he
so.
probably is. Yeah.
But no. I mean, there's no advantage to it. The advantage to this entire thing that we did with the fuel series was to create longevity in the engines.
Mm-hmm.
So guys weren't having to buy. I mean, Matt Long, for instance, my good friend Matt Long, he bought a brand new GM engine, or GM 525. The first race he ran it, on about the 10th lap he was in, threw a rod right out the side.
Ooh.
So you don't want that. That's not a way to create a
Well,
a deal where it's a 525 series or the 525 is relevant. So.
Well, what we want with crate engines is to make them bulletproof, right?
Well, yeah, exactly. Excuse me. And because...
oh my God, he coughed on me!
And because...
I have coronavirus now.
And because of that, the Fuel Series recognized what was going on, and, they wanted cars... Because the Fuel Series is essentially a 525 series with limiteds mixed in. So they decided to, set the bar. Make a new precedent. Hey, you know what? We can change these parts out so long as everything else remains GM legal, and you're still buying all these components from a GM dealer.
Yeah.
Which is what we did. So, working with them, working with Kenny Lamb, working with the Fuel Series, we came up with this process to where we could do this. Now...
So they're not cheated up then?
I mean, if you talk to some dumb fucking asshole on, whatever thread from Livonia Speedway.
No, it's
they're
Toccoa.
Or Toccoa Speedway, yeah, Toccoa, a bunch of dickheads. But anyways, yeah, you talk to somebody down there, oh yeah, they're all cheated up. You know why? Because they're getting their asses waxed from a 525 horsepower engine when they're got their 700 horsepower limited $35,000 engines. Anyways, totally separate deal. But I could talk about that for hours. But anyways, you take, the engines now that GM's producing, what they've done is they've done the same thing we were doing with fuel.
Yeah.
So they went to virtually the identical piston we're using in the Fuel Series. They changed the rod bolts in the 525 rod. Now they're still using the powder metal rod in that 525. But the rod itself was never really the failure point.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, you'll get one random rod that breaks just like you would in a $55,000 wide bore motor. But the rod was never the issue. So it was the rod bolts and it was the pistons. They changed that so far, and I know the people that helped develop this. Don Blackshirt, for one.
Yeah, Don's great. He's brilliant.
I know a couple engineers at General Motors. I mean, everybody dealt with all this shit.
Yeah.
And so far, they run just fine. So
well,
now
we tested them all last year too.
Exactly, it was a whole year worth of testing. So now you can actually go to GM, buy a 525, and you're good to go.
Yeah, I think that's good.
You don't have to come to me to get me to put those parts in to make the motor live. Is what I'm saying.
I mean, I like to think you're magic, but but I know when it comes to this stuff, it's about making it consistent, right?
Well, I mean, no, it's about making shit live.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the idea of racing. I mean, not everybody's a millionaire. Not everybody can run Lucas Oil. So, not everybody's can afford a $35,000 to $38,000 steelhead limited motor. So, you know what? Matter of fact, I looked the other day, and my cost on a 525 is $75.20. So, I can buy. Well, I mean, yeah, I know you're not supposed to do, it's MAP pricing. But, that being said, I'm not advertising it, I'm just talking about it.
Yeah, but you kind of make me look like an ass for selling it for
Well, you
MAP pricing.
you have to advertise MAP pricing.
I do have to advertise MAP pricing.
So,
yeah.
we're not advertising, we're just talking about it.
My God. Boy, wow.
Oh, there you go.
Wow, Business 101 with Steve Hendren.
Yeah.
tell your customers exactly how much your cost is.
No, I'm just telling everybody like it is. I mean, that's how it works.
That is not telling it how it is. It just makes it look like I'm ripping them off. Like, why are you charging me more? I don't know, because I have a business to run.
Well, I mean, there's that, but
yeah,
you know.
duh, yeah.
But the cool part about it is, if you call pretty much any one of 3 different dealerships, you can buy it for the same price I just said. So
anyway,
there's that. God, I'm gonna pay for this fucking shit later.
You are so gonna pay for it later.
Anyways, go ahead. What's the next question? Price on what?
No, we are not talking about prices at all. I'll bet you got some more political thoughts. I mean, I know your best friend Nancy's been in the news this week.
Fucking cunt. Jesus Christ.
Quit it. That's like a little bit. You know, we can swear a little bit, but no, let's take it down. I mean, we are on Facebook right now.
I can't do normal swearing.
Let's take it back.
I mean, this is like my second Facebook Live thing ever, so I'm just gonna
I know you're
throw it out there.
You know, I'm usually like a you do you situation, but you know, let's go ahead and keep the C words out of the conversation.
It's really common in Australia.
You know, we're not in Australia.
Okay. All right.
So, you know, this is, if we were doing the Australian version, we could totally do that. But, because I'm fully aware. Like, if anybody hasn't seen Jim Jeffries, he's a hilarious
my favorite
comedian
ever.
Yeah, he's hilarious. And the C word is every other word. And it's like kind of an Aussie thing.
Yeah.
But,
and I used to live there.
But most of our audience is in the United States.
Okay.
So let's keep it kind of a little U.S. based.
All right. PG.
Yeah, PG. What is it? PG-13?
If it's U.S. based, it's PG.
Yeah, I don't know. Don't they
Anyways, go ahead.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm waiting for some questions. See if anybody else has any questions for Steve Hendren here from Hendren Racing Engines.
And we might as well tell the truth tonight, so we're, you know.
Well, it's not like we sit around and lie most of the time.
Well, we don't, but I mean, very rarely do we ever. Well, like I
we
said,
don't
this is
really
my second
do
live deal, so I mean, shit.
Well, we don't usually sit around and do like the random lives where we're just like jibber jabbering.
Yeah.
Usually, I'm kind of in and out. I do tutorials. I've done 5 tutorials this week.
Well, your podcast thing you did with me.
Yeah, I did. Yep, that's like more like an hour.
Yeah.
This week I've been live every day on Winning Motorsports Marketing doing little tutorials. But what did you? Today is the first day that Steve saw my made-up Dillon Racing.
Good God, that was the funniest shit ever.
Okay, so if anybody's interested. So, you know, you guys all know. If you don't know, I don't race. So I don't have a race car. But I wanted to teach racers about Facebook. So, and about how to create a Facebook page. And so one of the things that with a Facebook page, you want to come up with your cover photo, right? So with that, what I wanted to show was how to use Canva in order to create a cover photo for your Facebook page. Well, considering the fact that I don't actually have a race car, that's what I came up with. So it's me with my Toyota Matrix. Anyway, me and the Matrix. The Matrix is a running joke around here because
it's funnier than damn Corona memes.
It really is. So, you know, I started a Facebook page on Monday just to show, you know, here's literally how you create a Facebook page. Here's how you create a cover photo. And this is just like a dummy Facebook page just for me to play with and show how to do all of these things. But, you know, getting ready for my challenge next week. I'm excited about the challenge.
What challenge?
I'm doing a Facebook challenge.
For what?
For racers.
Why?
Why? So they can learn how to use Facebook. Because you know what my fear is? Okay, I'm going to ask you, my next question is going to be, what is your biggest fear around coronavirus? But before I even ask you that, I'm going to tell you what mine is.
Wait, I got none of that. You're what? You're going to ask me what, and then you're going to ask what?
Okay, well, I'm just going to answer it first.
All right.
So, my biggest fear around the coronavirus and racing is that on the other side of this, we're going to find ourselves in a situation where we've got a new normal. And that new normal is, in my opinion, that right now when people have to stay home, they're going to hate that. And on the other end of this, when they're allowed to be free and go out and do things, I don't think anybody's going to want to be home. But the question is, where are they going to go? I would like to see them go to the racetrack. Because what I'm most concerned about through this whole coronavirus thing in the racing industry is I'm concerned about our tracks. Now up north, they've probably already planned that they're not racing until May or April or May.
Maybe, yeah.
But down south here, if they've planned on having these races and getting this income and revenue in order to make their lease payments, we could find ourselves with some racetracks in some trouble. So what I'm trying to do, it's like I'm not a medical professional. So what is my expertise in the world? My expertise in the world is marketing. And so I've decided that I would share that with the audience. And what I want to teach racers is, there's a lot of racers out there that don't have Facebook pages. And
really?
There really are. There's a lot of them. And, there's a lot of racers, I think they've waited. They're like, yeah, I don't have time for that. Or, maybe I'll do that someday. Well, someday is today. If you're not going to learn it now, when we're sitting on our hands,
you're never going to learn
when the hell are you going to learn it? So that's why I've been doubling down, and this week I've been teaching about the racing, about how to use Facebook for racers, just the really basic stuff. And then my Facebook challenge next week is I'm going to provide captions, because a lot of times people are like, I don't even know what to post on social media. It's right up there with like, I don't know what to do with my hands.
Oh yeah,
what should I do with my hands, right? Well, what should I do with my Facebook page? Well, guess what? If you have the caption written for you and all you have to do is make some little customizations, I mean, it's a no-brainer.
Right.
So that's the challenge, is just to post on Facebook for 3 days when I provide the captions for you and get a little support from our group, where we're going to comment on each other's, because here's the idea. If we can build these Facebook pages, if we can get fans to get involved with our Facebook pages when we're allowed to race one more time again, hopefully we're bringing new fans to the stands.
Right.
Because
absolutely.
if we can learn anything from a virus, it's about going viral, and that going viral means we're going to reach 2 people that we didn't reach before.
So essentially, you're going live every day next week.
I don't know that I'll go live every day, but I've got an email going out to my audience every day. I'll probably go. I'll go live Tuesday for sure. I'll be live Monday. I'm sure.
Well, I mean, that's your top 5 Tuesday, but
yeah, but I'll probably be live to talk about the different, like, why do we do this? One of them, just spoiler alert, is going to be like an intro or about me. Somebody who doesn't know you. What are some things that you can talk about with yourself, and that like you may or may not know about me. I love to kayak. I like the opera.
It's like, fuck.
Hey, it's me.
I know.
Bite me and my brand. Yeah, we don't agree on a lot of things.
No.
But so that's my view. That's how I'm handling the coronavirus. Is I'm already preparing for the new normal. Is what I'm trying to do, and I'm trying to prepare others, bring my expertise to the table, which my expertise happens.
So like
marketing.
you're getting ahead of the game, is what you're saying.
That's what I'm trying to do, because you know what? You're either what is it? You're either growing or you're dying. Those are your choices.
That's it.
And we have been handed this pause, this stop, this everything, so that we can take stock of our current situation, figure out where we want to go, and make adjustments along the way.
Yeah.
That's what right now is for that a little bit of introspection. And in my opinion, I got a chance to catch up on some accounting.
So how's this going to change racing going forward?
Well, the point is that if you, as a racer...
No, I'm not talking about the point is. I'm talking about how is this going to change racing in general going forward. Because we're talking... I mean, let's be realistic. I mean, we're looking at like a month, 2 months before anybody hits a damn racetrack again.
Right?
So what happens in month 3, day 1?
Okay. My idea would be that by racers being able to take charge of their own marketing, number one, they'll cultivate some new fans. I mean, get some new fans in the stands. Because having a bunch of backgate shows is a bunch of fucking bullshit as far as I'm concerned.
Well, I know that.
So if we don't actually make racing for the fans, then we need to stay the hell home.
All right, so here's another question. What do you tell the people out there who already have sponsorship this year for people who have... I mean, their sponsors have given them money.
Uh-huh.
And they're getting essentially ripped off for 2 months.
They're not getting ripped off, because here's an opportunity right here. And here's why. Is because...
And series. I mean, this goes to a racing series, too. There's racing series that have sponsors who have already committed and given money to them. And I say ripped off just, jokingly, but I mean, where do they, how do they make this up to the sponsor? Because the sponsor's like doled out some cash.
Okay, well, let me put it to you this way. Is if people ask me all the time, oh gosh, Kate, you must go to a lot of races because you've got Crate Insider and that way you can promote your company. I don't go to a lot of races. And you know why? Is because for me, I'm marketing generally to racers. And there's maybe 30 to 100 racers at any given event. Would you agree with me?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, you contrast that with
short track.
The internet. Yeah. So being a Crate Insider.
Right.
You contrast that with the internet. I can put out a video on Facebook and I can reach 3,000 people in 15 minutes.
Right.
So it doesn't really make sense for me. Now, when you have these sponsor situations where they're planning on meet and greets and like a whole fan experience, like I go to a lot of not a lot, but I love going to the NHRA events when they're in Charlotte, and there you've got these fan interactions and all this brand awareness, and you're bringing the employees out. I mean, that's an entirely different deal. But most of the circle track guys I deal with, that this idea that you're promoting your sponsor at the track, my question is how many fans do most racers interact with at a racing event? And most of the time it's zero.
In the South, very little.
Zero.
Yeah.
So you want to create better bang for your buck, and if this is going to push somebody to actually try to give some better bang for their buck, make videos.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
video. The answer to all of this is video.
Yeah, I mean, you look at my son Alex Hendren, and I mean, honestly, I mean, I'm not.
You're going to be biased, but you're also going to see it for what it is.
No, I'm seeing this for what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, he followed her model because he's essentially
He's my protege.
Protege, crash test dummy, whatever you want to call him.
Yep, guinea pig.
And this year, I mean, he essentially got $25,000 worth of sponsorship.
Yeah.
For his race car.
Well,
and I'm talking free shit. I'm talking discounted shit. I'm talking badass shit. So this year he's got a badass race car with a lot of stuff that people either gave him or gave him at cost or gave him at a discount. All because of her. So.
Well, because of video.
Well,
largely.
I mean, because of Well,
he learned it from me.
Because of what he does from video, because of what he learned from you, is what I'm saying.
Well, but it's a lot more value in the fact that.
And this has nothing to do with me.
No.
Because, honestly, I could probably get him more, but that's not how I was raised. If you want to race, you're gonna frickin' do it on your own. You're gonna figure out how to do it, and she's guided him the whole way. I haven't.
Well, thank you very much, but yeah, I mean, that's how someone can take care of a sponsor today. I think there's a lot more value in what you can do on social media than there is showing up at the racetrack. This idea of a sticker on your race car and you're not racing, so therefore you can't get sponsors.
That's like the funniest thing we all talk about at PRI every year.
It's
like people that come around and go, "Will you sponsor me? I'll put a sticker on my car. Can you give me $1,000 or whatever product? I'll put a sticker on my car." Fuck the goddamn sticker. Nobody pays attention to that shit. Who the hell in the grandstand sees a freaking sticker? Nobody. Zero.
Yeah.
Zero. And if you're in the racing industry, who do you want to appeal to? You want to appeal to racers.
Well, I mean, of course, it always depends on the target market.
No, it depends on the sponsorship. Mm-hmm. I mean, if you're I don't know, friggin' Monster Energy drink, you want to appeal to the fans,
right?
But I mean, if you're Crate Insider or Hendren Racing Engines, I don't give two shits about the fans because they're not buying my engines. They're not buying
I love
our
them.
parts.
I want them there, but they're not my.
But you want to appeal to the racers.
I am not going to pay the rent on selling T-shirts and sling grips.
No.
I mean, I'm all about my sling grips that are on the back of my phone. Well, a shameless plug right here for my sling grips.
Well,
you
can't sell as many T-shirts anyway because mine are way cooler.
Yeah.
Because I got the whole piston skull thing going on.
You do have a cool T-shirt. Yeah, but they're on my website because I bought them.
There you go.
Yeah, I don't see nobody's asking us questions. I guess we're asking. They're just seeing how we normally interact.
We might be
we
answering all the questions.
agree.
Why there's no freaking question?
Maybe it could be. It could be. We got lots of people here. People are hanging out on a Friday night.
Yeah.
Enjoying our pina colada and your beer.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to light the barbecue here soon.
Yeah. We have to do that. We're gonna barbecue some bratwurst tonight.
Oh yeah.
Are we gonna call in some takeout because we're too lazy to do that? I don't know.
Fucking Domino's might work.
Yeah, I don't think I want Domino's.
Probably be like a 3-hour wait though.
Probably because everybody is afraid that we're gonna run out of food in the county. Unbelievable. Blows my mind.
Yep.
And I think we.
By the way, I saw
agree.
Wesley on there earlier. I don't know if he's still on there.
I was on Wesley's podcast this week.
Oh, there's Christian.
Yep, I see Christian on there. We've been.
And Geist Racing.
Oh goodness!
Yeah.
Hey, like Ron and those guys. So normally I don't call people out that I see, because sometimes I just want to lurk. So I.
Oh, you're like a lurker.
I am totally a lurker, and I hate when people call me out. So normally I don't call people out unless they comment. But I'm gonna see if there's any questions.
That's why
here.
I saw my headlight.
Oops.
That's why I saw
Oops.
headlights above my driveway the other night. You're like lurking.
Okay, I'm not gonna take it that far. No, I said, I respect lurkers. I am not a stalker.
Oh, okay.
I'm a lurker,
There's
not
that.
a stalker. Yeah, nobody's asking us questions. I guess they're, I'm not sure if they're entertained
They're
by
just
us.
taking
or think
in
that
all
we're
of our
ridiculous.
knowledge.
Taking in the ridiculousness. We're having a whole interview session.
Yeah, I mean, now's the time to ask a
Session
question
here.
if you want to.
It really is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because,
We're feeling lonely. Well, not
Well,
really, but
no, but-
just the phone hasn't rang as much this week.
Yeah, it's like, we're pretty bored. I think it's bored. We're feeling bored.
We're feeling less connected. I'm feeling isolated. Not really, no.
Yeah, well, there's that.
Yeah, but we are enjoying. It's like 80 degrees today. We're getting a little bit less. I'm gonna throw some light on us here, Steve, because we're losing sunlight here. Whoa,
Oh, wow.
that's a bit much, but
Yeah,
that's still okay. There we go.
it's all right.
It's all right, because that way we're not. There we go. We got a little bit of light. We're getting backlit here with whatever's going on there. But we're sitting on the back patio, and I just bought this hard top, but it's see-through gazebo for our back patio, and it's kind of nice to.
Kind of like that shirt you bought the other day.
Oh my God, was my shirt see-through? What?
It was a hard top see-through.
I do not have a the hard top I can't say anything about, but the see-through part I'm going to protest.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to protest it as a
There you go.
lady.
There you go.
So yeah, I think that's all we got. Nobody's asking us any questions here, and we've covered all of our things. I think coronavirus.
Is Wesley still on there? Or
I
not?
don't know. When do you think we're gonna be racing again? What are your thoughts?
Fuck. Shit. I don't even want to make a prediction. I mean, there's no telling.
Well, let me ask you this: what do you think about the races that are going on now? I mean, apparently in Texas they're racing this weekend.
Good for them. God bless Texas. Go race.
See, and I'll tell you what my fear is. What happens if there's a coronavirus outbreak as a direct result of people attending a race? What kind of a bad publicity is that going to give the racing industry?
I think all this shit's overblown.
I do not think it's overblown.
I do.
See, this is where we do not agree at all.
Yeah, I think don't go out and lick doorknobs and
Oh my God.
Go to the beach with a bunch of spring breakers, but I'm saying my opinion, I think this is all overblown, and this is going to be I don't want to say one of the biggest hoaxes in the world, but it's going to be no worse than a really horrible flu.
Well, how many people have to die before you think, oh wow, this might be a pandemic?
I don't know.
Do you have a number?
No, I don't really have a number. I mean, maybe when it exceeds the H1N1.
Or is there some, do you have to know somebody that dies before you think it's actually something kind of serious?
No, I mean, my own son got frickin' diabetes, type 1 diabetes, because of swine flu.
Yeah, because it killed his pancreas, right?
He had an autoimmune deficiency and killed his pancreas. So, I mean, I know what these viruses and shit can do. I'm just saying, I don't. Wow, damn! Look like a ghost. I just don't. I think a lot of this shit here is. Everybody's going to fucking way big extremes. I mean, if you live in New York City, stay in your goddamn apartment.
Yeah, but they wouldn't listen, so that's why you had to do it.
If you live in Rutherford, North Carolina, where there's like not one case, do what the hell you want to do.
Interesting.
I'm not saying like again, don't lick doorknobs, don't.
Or toilet seats.
Do any crazy shit, or toilet seats, yeah, like the fucking idiots on Snapchat or whatever the fuck it was. Don't do that shit. But I just don't see it as being that big of a deal. Now, am I concerned about older people? Yes, 100%. Which is why we're sitting here right now on your back porch and not out licking doorknobs.
Well, we can't go anywhere because they've determined that our bars and restaurants are only open for takeout. So it's not like there's really a choice. There's no choice at this point.
Which is 100% unconstitutional.
Yeah.
So there's that.
Yeah. I don't know.
So all they can technically do is like give us, a directive rather than a order.
I don't know.
A jailhouse lawyer would like rip all this shit up. So
see what happens. So maybe you're on lockdown too,
and we're arguing about this.
Yeah.
Because she doesn't believe in the models. Or wait, you do believe in the models?
It's not that. No, it's just I can do math.
Well, I mean, I can do math too. I've been doing math all week.
The math piece where, the idea of going viral.
I'm actually pretty good at math because I got to like work in, I got to do a lot of math every day. So I'm pretty good at it.
I do too, but my math is normally accounting.
Yeah. Well, there's that, but,
Yeah. I do accounting math and I do stock market math, which, by the way, now's a great time to buy some stocks.
Well, tell them that.
Oh, my goodness. To me, this is I've taken a lot of stock market classes. I'm not going to tell you what to buy, but in the stock market, there's no such thing as good news.
Are you being greedy, or are you just not going to tell them what to buy?
No, I don't want to be responsible. Like, I'm not a financial advisor. That's all I'm saying. But I would take a good, hard, strong look if you're looking for something to invest in and you've got some cash. Then take a look at where some stocks were, before all of this happened, and that whether their price currently is just a factor of people reacting and freaking out the hell, freaking the hell out over the particular situation and whether it's going to go back to some type of a new normal. So to me, the market's on sale because there's always one chapter you never want to see in a company that you invest in, and that would be, chapter 13. But
right.
If you think that the next chapter in a company is chapter 13, not a good investment. But if it's going to be a company that's going to outblast this particular crisis, and that they're going to be on the other side.
So what are your top 3 recommendations on that?
Well, I mean,
just do 3. I mean, you're not an expert. Let's just do your top 3.
I don't know if I have 3, but I know I bought some GM stock earlier this week.
There you go.
I bought GM. I mean,
Right.
I am CrateInsider.
Why?
Well, because it's normally trades at about $35 a share, and I bought it for $20.
Right.
And it'll be back at $35.
Right.
I mean, I have no doubt. Are they going to stop making cars? They've already proven they're too big to fail, so
Right.
there's that.
And they're getting a bailout.
They'll get a bailout. Well, they're also
they're making respirators.
They're making
or
ventilators
or whatever.
I've always been a big fan of Delta Airlines.
Right.
Not necessarily to fly them, but as a stock, they're one of my favorites.
Yeah, that is
gonna
like
be
the Aeroflot of American.
They're not, though.
They totally are.
Only on the East
I've flown
Coast.
Aeroflot, I've flown Delta, and it's fucking horrible. Both of them.
West Coast Delta is awesome. I mean, Southwest might be another one to take a look at. I mean,
Right.
it just depends on how much they piss people off. And it'll be interesting to see how Carnival plays out with all of this, because
They
Carnival-
shouldn't play out.
Right.
They should be in the shit because they're what, a Panamanian company?
or
technically?
Bahamian, yeah.
They're based in Panama. Carnival is.
Okay. Well, and they do that so they don't have to pay American
Exactly.
taxes, but
So-
they don't want to bail out because,
They-
oh, look, we can make ours hospital ships.
Trust me, 100% Trump guy. The whole fucking cruise ship bailout shit. Fuck that.
No,
They don't need
I'm,
that.
I'm just saying I know what they normally trade
Yeah,
at. So I'm just saying that's an interesting thing to watch. It's not something I'm jumping on.
Right.
I bought GM stock, so
Yeah.
I did do
Well,
that.
GM's probably a good investment. It always is.
The dividends are great.
You know, because they do sell a lot of 604s, 602s, and 525s.
And I market all the things
There
that
you
go
go.
with them. So to me, GM is, and they also have got great dividends. So
Yeah.
I like that. I think another one I would look at would be Pfizer, although they might already have recovered. That would be PFE. That's a company I've invested in the past.
Well, isn't Pfizer like? Don't they make dick pills?
I believe so. Yeah, I think that would be Viagra.
It's like the blue pill. Yeah.
I think so. Yeah. And how well do you know about that?
Fuck. No. Fortunately, I've not had to take a dick pill yet. Taking a few just, to have some fun, but, other than that, yeah, no. Not on a regular.
Oh, okay. Just didn't know if you had just been checking the labels, Just,
I mean,
can't hurt to ask.
yeah.
Well, I think we could wrap this up, and so we can.
Yeah,
get
if you want
some,
to.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah,
wrap
we're gonna
this
eat.
up. We're gonna eat some dinner, and feel free. Maybe we do this a little bit more because you've been hanging out here because of.
What the fuck else are we gonna do at night? I can't go to the bar. I can't go to the restaurant. Can't go to see my friend. I mean, not that you're not a friend, but I just can't see my normal friends and hang out with them and do all that stuff.
Yeah, so this is a way of doing
pretty much
that.
we're like eating here every night and barbecuing and doing all that stuff. So
yeah, you did buy me an awesome barbecue for my birthday.
oh, I did totally.
Yeah, you
badass.
really did. We might have to do a tour of the. Maybe we can do a barbecuing with Steve Hendren.
Oh God, no! Don't do that. That'd be ugly.
He does a good job. Yeah, it's totally edible.
I don't wear
Food's
pants
good.
when I barbecue.
God. Yeah, he does wear pants
I
when
do.
he barbecues. But all right, so that's all we got. Feel free to drop in any questions, and we'll see if we catch them up in another video
That'll work.
or something. But thank you so much for watching. You guys have a great weekend and stay safe.
Later.